Hi friends, it's Ruth with Core Star Pilates. Welcome. Today's exercise is hip twist. I'm going to show you some progressive variations of it, so hopefully there's a version that's going to feel good for your body. This is a nice exercise because it challenges our core along with stabilizing the shoulder girdle and really challenges the obliques, which I feel are essential to help with good balance. So let's start with the first variation. We're going to come all the way down onto the mat. So laying on your back, just for a moment, find that nice neutral position. And I want you to take a breath in, and as you exhale, find your imprint. Remember, that's bringing these 2 points closer, the low ribs and the top of the hip bone, at the same time pulling that navel down toward the spine. Your collarbones are wide, those shoulders are tucked under. The core is going to do all the work here of stabilizing, okay? So we're going to bring one leg at a time up into our tabletop position, which is the knee above the hip with that lower leg parallel to the floor. And we're going to start with just a little side to side movement. Now, if it feels more stable for you to bring your arms out a little bit wide here, you can do that, 45-degree angle or wider. We're going to engage the abdominals, and I want you to think about drawing in through the sides of your waist, and we're just going to unweight one hip. So our weight comes over to one side and the opposite side is unweighted, and then we're going to shift over to the center, and we're going to go on the opposite side. So you'll feel as your knees move to one direction, the opposite side oblique is working hard to stabilize because now that side is off the floor. And we're just challenging those obliques. And you might find you have one side that feels easier to control than another. Oftentimes we have a dominant side that we're stronger on. And we all have a little bit of asymmetry, most of us, in our spine. Maybe there's a little bit of a curve or a rotation, and so the body has to compensate when we go from one side to the other. Alrighty, let's try this with the legs extended now. So we're going to reach those legs up to the sky, keep that strong connection with your core, and we're just going to shift over. You might find this is a little bit more challenging because now we've got a longer lever and we've got more to stabilize to work against having that opposite side stabilizing. Just a little tick-tock. Okay, now what I'm going to do is lean over and move the legs away. So we're going kind of at a diagonal. So we're going to come over and we're going to reach those legs away. And you'll feel that's even more of a challenge, right? Come back to the center, shift over to one hip, reach those legs away, and then back up. Okay, so you're getting the feeling of where we're going to go with this. I want to try the circle. So a twist obviously is going to be a full range of motion here. So let's try it first with the knees bent. And we're going to shift over to the right, move the knees away from the body, come right across the center of the pelvis to the opposite side, and then back to center. So shift over to your left hip, reach those knees away, circle all the way around. Notice my feet are not touching the floor. And we want to go only as low as we're able to maintain that imprint. So if those feet go way down and the pelvis tips and you feel more space under your low back, you've gone too far. So maybe even just practice here. How far can you go down without letting that pelvis shift to maintain that imprint? Okay, let's try it again. We're going to shift over. We're going to reach the knees away. We're going to circle around. And it's okay if it's not far. This is a small range of motion, and you're not tipping all the way over to one side. What I'm trying to say is you're not going this far. It's not a rotation that way. It's just a shift. One more time. Good. Okay. Coming out of this, maintain that imprint, bring the legs down, relax the core. All right, now We're going to do the next variation, which is from the elbows. So this is a little bit more challenging in that we've got to stabilize the upper body. So we're going to come onto our elbows, and I've kind of got my hands close to my hips here. What I want you to make sure that you don't do is this, sink down into those shoulders. We're going to lift up. So I'm lengthened through my upper spine, but I'm in a little bit of an imprint here. So my low back is kind of curving toward the mat, but my upper spine is a little bit lifted. And if it helps you to kind of tuck your fingers underneath your hips here to stabilize, that's okay. I have actually got my elbows just a tiny bit outside my shoulder. If they were right underneath, I would feel like I was protracting my scapula. So I'm going to come to a comfortable position where I feel like I can be a little more neutral in my shoulders. So with the pelvis tipped, think of imprint. We're going to bring those legs to tabletop. So now is where it gets a little bit more challenging. Let's try that little tick-tock. Side to side. You're going to feel a lot more core work here. It's not just the lower part of those abdominals working now. You're going to feel it in the upper part too, because we're in a little bit more of a flexion. So you're feeling that opposite side oblique. Let's try it with the legs up tall. So we're going to reach and lift and reach away. Just kind of feel how far you can go without feeling like you're going to tip over. Good. All right, now we're going to try the full circle. So we're shifting over to the side. The legs come down and around and lift up. It's a hip twist. So we're controlling it with our core, but we're really rotating the pelvis from side to side. You can tell by the sound of my voice that it's challenging. So that's our hip twist progressions. And go ahead and try that. Start with the head down and the knees together and just a little shift side to side. You'll see as we go through the weeks that these Pilates exercises build on each other. So knowing the foundations, that imprint, being able to control it, shifting side to side. We did it in the corkscrew with the rollover where we did that same circular movement. So this is a really good kind of building block for those more challenging exercises that we do later on. So start with the ones that feel best in your body and slowly work toward the ones that feel a little more challenging. We would love to see your version of it. If you'd like to, you can just film a short video of yourself on your phone, upload it to social media, Instagram or Facebook. CoreStar Pilates is our account there, and if you tag us with the hashtag we're using for this challenge, Real Bodies Doing Pilates, we'll upload your video to our feed. Thank you so much for being part of our program here. I look forward to seeing you the next time.